If you are not careful, you fell into a chrysanthemum pond for yourself. How long will you live? Remember that summer a few years ago? The father who worked outside that day. I made a second-hand game console for Dada. Let this calf leap into the prettiest boy in our village. People line up every day, beg him to play too. This time it was installed by the big stunt. A rule was issued immediately. Girls can play for free. Boys one piece at a time. At that time, we were also itchy. But damn it, this prize can buy my life. But On was the first to stand up. Say you want to play. As long as you have fun, you will directly have a whole package here. How can you still hold on to this? In order not to lose. This big customer was invited into the house immediately. As a result, Arvin's test lasted 7.5 hours. The electricity meter of Dodun's house has made him in arrears. Now I can't hold it anymore. It's hard to say, but you have to ask On to pay 108. But how can he have money? Looking at the big stunt, On had no choice but to take him home. A front box was dug out of the house. Say you can take it yourself. I took too much and was stunned. I didn't think so much at the time. I used to put money in my pocket. As a result, On turned around and called his father. It's not a complaint. It's a big fool who stole his money. At this time, no matter how stupid you are, you can understand that it is a reset. Then, Alwyn stole more than $12 from his father last time. They are also on the head of the big stunt. His father is getting more and more popular, but Arvin still doesn't stop. He even moved out of a house he owned many years ago. The tragedy said it was the one lost at home 10 years ago. Sexy flower so. Maybe this kid carried it too. Hearing this, I was completely stunned. Get out of here. I wasn't even born 10 years ago, but just finished. The next second, he was held down by Father On. It's futile to explain the scourge of human diseases. This is later. Darling and On are even if they have a relationship. See nothing and don't let On enter his house again, let alone playing any games. But this day or 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 days is fine. After a long time, On can't hold it back. After repeated attempts to make peace to no avail, in a rage, he directly pulled the electric switch of Delonja. I also pulled it repeatedly more than a dozen times. The game console is broken. He was in a complete hurry. The next day after school, he blocked Arvin with a stick. It was very explosive. Fortunately, On quickly admitted his mistake and said, "Brother stupid, I was wrong," and then I took the money out of my pocket. He said he wanted to buy the stick in Da Ding's hand at a high price. But after all, it's not stupid. Plus the previous losses. This time he was obviously more cautious. Okay, then you have to give me the money first. Haha, heart, how did that night? Everyone was stunned and almost didn't let On be knocked into a brain. I also let On take it back. After this, the conflict between the two men has escalated again. Da Dun also sends someone to send On a gauntlet. Ask him to meet in the woods at the back mountain in the evening. This looks like it's going to be ruthless. I found my father at the construction site, so Arvin took the letter decisively. Dazed dad, take a look. This shitty thing doesn't learn well. If you are angry, let On lead the way and you will be stunned. One want to see it today. Oh my god. So after the two of them arrived at the agreed location, Da Ling led a group of people, jumped out of the grass. It was getting late. Plus his dad's disgrace cement. Da was stunned and didn't recognize it for a while. I thought it was Arvin's helper, with a face full of disdain. Why did you shout such a thing? This little grid looks like it's been dead for 3 days. Where did you pick this up? At this time, Da Dafu's anger value has reached its peak. Yelling at the rabbit, "Cub, I'm going to beat you to a brain later." An extremely hoarse voice, clearly on the verge of collapse. This sentence also completely irritated him. Guys, hit him first. Suddenly 3 or 4 rushed up like wolves. Although the father is brave, he can't stand the crowd. After a while, he was pressed to the ground and rubbed. It hurts so much that he calls me your father. Is it your father? This dude is still stubborn when he is about to die, right? He was stunned and directly used the final profound meaning. Chrysanthemum residual value. He stabbed towards the root of his father's mouth. Time stands still. Arvin can't bear it. Don't look away. A scream also pierced the sky above our village. Wait until the crowd stops. Then a buddy came close to the ear. Whisper, "This seems to be your father. Why didn't you tell me earlier?" After listening to the brother, he was a little shy. At that time, looking at the positive initiation of your barrel, I can't disturb your yaxing either. He was completely overwhelmed. So what's the matter with Arvin? Following my brother, I sent his father to the hospital first. Then the figure of this kid also disappeared in our village for more than half a month. The game console also asked his father to throw it away.